world is filled with different masterpieces of mankind, from futuristic high-speed railways to supersized airports. These projects do not come cheap and have a jaw-dropping price tag. Here we have some of the most expensive and impressive mega projects in the world. But before we continue, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications for future updates. Grand Renaissance Dam, Ethiopia. Ethiopia's declining economy is in dire need of help. A third world country which has seen centuries of poverty and has finally found a solution to its problems. The Grand Renaissance Dam is being built to produce renewable energy to relieve Ethiopia's acute energy shortage and for electricity export to neighboring countries. This dam is situated on the Blue Nile River in Ethiopia and is currently under construction. Once completed, the dam will be the largest hydroelectric power plant in Africa. The expense of this megastructure came at a huge cost, a staggering $5 billion. However, it is to serve the country for centuries to come. Dubai World Central Airport Expansion, UAE. Dubai holds a number of world records, and this is just one of them. The expansion of Dubai's Al Maktoum International Airport was a necessary step taken by the government to keep up with a huge influx of visitors every year. The largest airport in the world is said to hold roughly over 200 million passengers each year once the project was completed. The completion date was set for 2025. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, a delay was inevitable. The expansion of this airport also includes a leisure and business development. With that in mind, you can imagine the cost of this expansion to be in the billions. And you are absolutely right, $36 billion to be precise. OHare International Airport. This airport is located on the northwest side of Chicago, Illinois. It was designed to be the successor of Chicago's Midway International Airport, nicknamed the busiest square mile in the world. OHare began as an airfield for military transport during World War II. Over the years, OHare became famous during the jet age, holding the distinction as the world's busiest airport from 1963 to 1998. Today, it is the world's 6th busiest airport, serving 83 million passengers every year. To serve such huge numbers meant it didn't come cheap. The initial cost of the build was $39 billion, but it continues to increase due to modernization of the airport. Three Gorges Dam, China. This enormous structure has served the people of China with hydroelectric power for over half a decade. It is the largest and most expensive hydroelectric power dam in the world and has a price tag of $42.2 billion. The Three Gorges Dam was well over budget by the end of it and was finally completed in 2012. Though it provides renewable energy for millions of people every day and for decades to come, sadly 1.3 million people needed to be relocated due to the sheer size of the dam. Yokohama Shinkansen, Japan. Japan has seen a significant rise in population in the past decade, which has led the government to future-proof the country. The Japanese maglev train is currently under construction to serve millions of passengers with lines between Tokyo and Nagoya. The line is expected to travel from Tokyo to Nagoya in just 40 minutes and eventually from Tokyo to Osaka in 67 minutes. The shorter travel time is due to its sheer speed of 500 kilometers per hour thanks to maglev technology. The building of the mega project began when the government granted permission to proceed with construction in May 2011. It is expected to cost over $46.6 billion, with the earliest date of completion being on January 2027. The Grand Mosque of Mecca, Saudi Arabia. There is nothing quite like it, a megastructure which not only looks beautiful but has a significant purpose, one that brings the people of the Muslim world together to perform Hajj annually. The Holy Mosque is visited by millions all year round from different walks of life. The original structure of the mosque was built centuries ago and has since been updated a number of times. It covers 400,800 square meters off ground to accommodate the huge numbers. This mega project cost a whopping $100 billion. The International Space Station. This is a modular space station and is one of the foremost costly development ventures in the world. A number of countries were involved in running this project, including the Europeans, Russians, and Americans, something they managed to work on together. The parts needed for the space station were assembled in space once they were built on Earth. Eventually, the ISS is said to reach its expiry date, and only then it will crash into the ocean. It is estimated to have cost $165 billion as of 2020. Urban Renewal Project, Turkey. Turkey's booming economy in the past decade has seen a number of new megaprojects being built. The Urban Renewal Project, which was funded by the Turkish government, did not come cheap. It was a long-term project in support of Turkey's urban revolution. A staggering $400 billion was invested by the government in order to replace a number of unsafe infrastructure in Turkey's urban areas with earthquake-proof buildings, a revamp which has seen a rise in support for the current government. By 2020, all municipalities in Turkey are set to switch to a zero-waste policy. The U.S. Interstate Highway System. This is the most expensive megastructure ever to be built on Earth, and one that was proposed by then-President Dwight D. Eisenhower. I bet you were wondering it was something a little more exciting, but make no mistake, though it cost America $459 billion, it served a purpose for the people of America, and continues to do so in more ways than you can imagine. Its use was not only for transportation, but to mobilize infantry in an emergency, thereby creating new routes and converting old routes to serve as interstates. The first complete state was Nebraska, and this took place in 1974, and the final completion of the whole project lasted until 1992.